Nick Lachey, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us after your huge season 5 victory on The Masked Singer. Congratulations. We have to say, fans are so excited to finally see the boy band curse get broken. Does that make your win feel even sweeter?
Someone did tell me that I was the first, quote unquote, boy bander to win the show. So yeah, there's a little badge of honor, I guess, that goes with that. But yeah, it was a great experience. Obviously, when you're in the show, you don't really even know who you're competing against, and or even hear their performances. So it was fun for me to kind of watch it back and realize how many great singers there were, this season, and what a great, kind of cast they put together. So especially to win amongst so many other great singers feels really good.
No, definitely. And it's great to hear you sing again. Great to see your return to music. Have you heard from any other former contestants like Nick Carter or Joey Fatone? We did see that Lance Bass commented on your Instagram post, and he's been consistently speculated as a contestant over the years. So I think maybe he's trying to get in there.
I think every boy bander has been guest at some point in some season. I know my name was thrown out there in seasons past. So I got to the point I was like, well, I might as well do this show if they're going to guest me every year anyway. And no, I did get a couple shout outs on Instagram from other guys who've been on it. And yeah, I think it's when you've done the show, you kind of truly appreciate what goes into it and how hard it is, how much work you have to do on it. So yeah, there's a certain perspective that I think you can only have if you've done it before, which a lot of those other guys have. So it felt good to get some congratulatory shout outs from them.
Nice. And your brother and fellow 98 Degrees member Drew won Dancing with the Stars a while back. So yep. Are you now taking over bragging rights as the reality competition champ in the family?
Well, another fun fact someone also told me is that we're the only two boy banders to win either of those shows. So we'll take a little Lachey victory lap around that one. And yeah, I mean, he held that mirror ball trophy over my head for years. So I feel like I finally vindicated myself, and I have some bragging rights of my own now.
Yeah, taking it to the next level. That's good. A new precedent has been set.
Exactly.
Did he know you were doing the show? Who in your circle were you able to tell?
I mean, my wife knew, and my kids figured it out literally in episode 1. They recognized my voice, and same with my bandmates. I mean, they've heard they've heard my voice far too much in their own lives, so they know me well. But I kept it pretty tight. I didn't tell my parents. I just kind of let them, figure it out. And of course, people start speculating, and my mom will call and say, "Are you on The Masked Singer? People keep mentioning this, and Grandma thinks you're on that." So I don't know. You just got to watch. You got to play coy to it. So the whole experience is fun. I mean, it's fun to kind of keep that secret, and it was especially fun to watch it with my kids. Because they're such huge fans of the show, and I think I got some cool points again as a dad now that I brought home the trophy. So they think I'm all right.
Yeah, cool dad status for sure. You had said on the show that they'd wanted you to be on it, and that they guessed you pretty quickly. So how did that come about? Did you tell them right away, yes, it's me, or did you string it out a little bit?
No, once they guessed, it was yeah, okay, it is dad, but they didn't know how far I went in the competition. So that was so fun for them to watch every week. And is this the night that daddy gets unmasked? And but yeah, again, it's a great family show, and we've been fans of the show for years. And so they'd always tell me, "Dad, you should go on Masked Singer. You should go on Masked Singer. You should go on Masked Singer." So to finally kind of do it and take it all the way home was pretty special.
So how did they react when you were finally unmasked as the winner?
They went crazy. I mean, my son Camden jumped up and ran over and hugged me, and so it was at this point in my life, I do everything for my family. So again, to share something like this with them is pretty cool, and for them to have a chance to see me perform, and they don't get that opportunity that much. So it's cool to have those moments for sure.
Yeah. Did the Piglet costume alter your performance style at all? You sounded like you, but contestants always talk about the heat and the vision restrictions and the physical limitations. How did you cope with that?
It was a challenge. I mean, that's, I've performed, my whole career, my whole life really. So being on stage and singing is not something that's foreign to me, but doing it that way was very foreign to me. And it took a lot of adjustments. I give a lot of credit to the costume department, who would work with me to try and, give me more air in my mask. And I started out wearing like an ice vest because it was so hot, but then the ice vest made it hard to breathe. So I said, let's get rid of the ice vest. I need to, be able to breathe. But that was the biggest challenge. You can't see hardly anything.
Yeah.
It definitely feels claustrophobic. I mean, you're up against, pressed up against the mask, and then just to keep your breath, it's so hot and it's so heavy. At least my costume was that it made it hard to breathe. And a couple times I could hear in my performance that I'm gassed right there. You can just tell I've got very little left in the tank. So that was definitely the challenging part. But I guess that's probably the thing I'm also most proud of, is that you got to find a way to change what you do. You know what I mean? Find a different way to do it. And being able to do that and still come out and give good performances is something I take a lot of pride in.
And song choice plays a big role in that as well. Can you tell us about some of the inspiration behind choosing like Faithfully, which really brought the house down?
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to my wife too, because we would sit and just kind of brainstorm songs together. I mean, there were some that I like. Lucas Graham's 7 Years is a song I've always wanted to sing. I'm a huge fan of that song, and just what it says and what it represents. And Faithfully, again, a song to me that just was the perfect way to kind of sum up this experience and how much my family means to me and how much their support means to me. So yeah, I tried to pick songs that would show a diverse kind of range. I didn't want to like be one dimensional. That's why I threw a little opera in there, threw a little Foo Fighters in there. I tried to really kind of mix it up and keep people guessing. And it, also as a performer, it's fun to do different things and take some chances. So yeah, that was kind of the mindset for me going in, is let's take some chances, have some fun, show some diversity, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, contestants, especially professional singers who are on the show, always say that it's an opportunity to sing genres of music that they would normally never sing when they're, in their own lane performing as themselves.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, what else am I going to get to sing a Foo Fighter song, you know what I mean? And rock out to the Pretenders. So it's true. I mean, and you have a chance as a singer to sing great songs. They're all hit songs. I mean, you have a chance to go on stage and perform great songs every week. So it was a lot of fun. As a singer, it was a lot of fun to be out there doing it. And a lot of fun also to give kind of a personality to this character. You have to really kind of become these characters a little bit. And just, for me to be at the Piglet and just go out and be super silly and ridiculous, it was liberating in a lot of ways,
Yeah. And your clue package mentioned how you were one of the first celebrities to take your life public before social media. And now you like to keep things a little more private. Did this experience shift that perspective at all? How outside your comfort zone was it? And would you consider doing something like this again, or maybe another reality show now that you kind of...
I mean, I wouldn't do a reality show like I have done in the past. I mean, I think that ship is definitely sailed. But these kinds of competition shows, I mean, I've done a handful of them. Clash of the Choirs, Dancing with the Stars, now Masked Singer. I've hosted them as well. So
Sing off, yeah.
This world is one that I'm very comfortable in. And look, at the bottom line is I love to sing. I love to perform, and especially this year. I hadn't sung in over a year, so it was a chance for me to get back on stage and do what I love to do. And so yeah, all across the board, it made sense to do it. And so thrilled that I did, and my family had a great time with it and ended up winning. So yeah, it ended up being the right call.
It worked out. And speaking of family life, fans do love seeing glimpses of you and Vanessa and the kids on social media. We have to wish you guys a happy early 10th anniversary this summer.
Thank you.
Do you have any special plans already? We know she's got to go to Hawaii soon, so it seems like the timing might work out on that front.
Yeah, I think chances are we're going to be celebrating in Hawaii. She's, as you mentioned, going down there to film NCIS, so we're thrilled for her. It's a great opportunity, and as a family, it's going to be a lot of fun to take on a new challenge and make the move to Hawaii. So don't have any firm plans yet, but definitely we'll be celebrating down there. I'm sure there's a lot of great spots in Honolulu to choose from. So we'll have fun somewhere down there.
Yeah, I hear it's a pretty nice place. I think you'll have plenty of options.
The word on the street is Hawaii is not that bad. So we'll figure it out.
You think you might spend full time there while she's shooting the show, or trying to go back and forth?
I think we're going to go back and forth this first year and kind of feel it out and see how it goes. But I think the chances are that, these NCIS shows tend to go for seasons and seasons, and we'll probably ultimately end up making the full move down there. But it's all happened so last minute that I don't want to just yank the kids out of school and do a complete change. So we'll kind of dip our toe in the water and feel it out. But chances are we'll end up raising some island children, apparently.
Well, exciting news on your front as well, with summer just right around the corner. You're bringing us 98 days of 98 degrees starting in June. How
Yeah.
did this reunion finally come together? How long had you been talking about it? And could there be a new album or tour after this?
Yeah, I mean, we've been out doing shows for the past, 5 or so years, I guess, on and off. But this last year, obviously, with COVID and everyone kind of being sidelined from from live performances, it's really, it's made us more than ever want to get back out there in front of our fans and do what we love to do. So yeah, we have a whole new project coming out. A new single comes out July 9th, called "Where Do You Want to Go." We have a remix album that's coming out this summer, as you mentioned, the 98 Days of Summer. Will culminate in the fall with a release of an EP of all new music. So, and then we start touring again late August, I think, is our first show at the New York State Fair, and then we'll tour throughout the fall. So, yeah, a lot of exciting stuff happening. Like all musicians, we're excited to get back out there and do
Yes.
and excited to see our fans again. And I think we all need that live music element to come back sooner than later, and it sounds like it is. So we're super psyched.
Yeah, and it was a Masked Singer seemed like a great way to kind of get the stepping stone going with the return to the stage.
Yeah, it was like I said, it's an itch that I needed to scratch, and this was a great chance to get out there and perform and do what I love to do. And now I'm excited to get out with the guys and do what we love to do. So yeah, timing is right.
Well, we're looking forward to that as well. And before we let you go, you may remember joining us on Access Daily back in 2019 in a horse mask and black cape, where Nicole was put on the spot to guess your identity. That was a very fun time.
I was reminded of that last night. Actually, somebody brought that up, and I'd actually forgotten all about it. But yeah, I totally remember that. Yep.
You had said you hadn't watched The Masked Singer yet, but did that visit plant the seed for your future on the show? Maybe did that get the ball rolling?
I think it did. And then my kids, like I said, my kids, and everyone in their school. I mean, I think every kid is such a huge fan of the show, and so yeah, it wasn't long after that we made that must see family viewing. And again, maybe the seed did get planted that day. I have to give you guys credit for that.
We'll take the credit for that. Thank you. But we're happy to. Well, again, congratulations. It was such a blast to see you on the show. And after seasons of being guest, people finally got it right. It finally happened.
Yeah, that's one way to keep you from getting guests next season. You have to.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I'm very excited for new 98 Degrees music, and good luck in Hawaii.
Thank you very much.